Finance isn't what it used to be. Spreadsheets, manual processes, late nights, and last-minute audits, that was the default. But now, automation is reshaping everything. CFOs know it, finance teams feel it, and the numbers prove it. Almost every finance department has started investing in automation, yet most still have less than a quarter of their processes fully digitized. It's the classic paradox. Teams are too overloaded to implement the very solutions that would give them time back. I'm Helena, and today we'll unpack 16 trends and statistics that reveal where finance automation is really headed, from AI adoption and digital transformation to evolving roles, rising risks, and the new tools driving performance. Whether you're already deep in implementation or just starting out, this will show you what's changing, what's working, and where it's all going next. The big shift is underway. Finance teams aren't standing still. In fact, 98% of CFOs say they've already started investing in automation. But despite that momentum, only about 41% report that even a quarter of their processes are fully automated. The opportunity is massive, but the roadblocks are real. The biggest? Time. Over 70% of CFOs say their team's workload is the main reason they haven't moved faster. It's a strange contradiction. Teams are so busy putting out fires that they can't build the systems that would prevent them. But those who've crossed the automation threshold are seeing the benefits. Error rates are down by up to 98%. Financial processes that used to take days are now completed 85 times faster. And most businesses report a full return on their investment within 6 to 12 months. AI in finance, no longer experimental. Artificial intelligence is no longer a nice to have or an experiment in finance. It's quickly becoming a critical part of daily operations. Today, 95% of finance leaders are investing in AI. Around 1 in 5 CFOs have already started using generative AI tools, although many are still in the early stages. Still, nearly half of all companies say AI will be mission critical by the end of this year. The shift isn't just about adopting flashy new tech. It's about using AI to make real improvements, like detecting anomalies before they turn into financial problems, forecasting trends with more accuracy, or automating compliance checks without lifting a finger. Across the board, we're seeing AI move from optional tools to essential infrastructure. How automation is reshaping finance roles. Technology isn't just changing the tools, it's changing the people and the skills they need. Today's finance professionals aren't just crunching numbers. They're analyzing data, integrating new systems, and advising on business strategy. In 2024, 87% of finance pros said their roles had expanded significantly. And by 2030, almost 40% of financial controllers expect to shift from protecting value to creating it. But that evolution isn't happening evenly. Many teams are still struggling to fill roles with the right skill mix. Staffing shortages hit 66% of finance departments last year, and the gap between traditional financial training and the digital skills now required is only growing. This means automation isn't just a technology issue, it's a talent strategy. Risk management is becoming a tech game. In today's world, financial risk isn't just about bad debt or budget shortfalls. It's about inflation, global instability, regulatory pressure, and the risks of using new technologies too slowly or too quickly. More than half of CFOs rank inflation, the economy, and geopolitics as their top external threats. Internally, tech transformation and productivity are high on the list, along with the uncertainties brought on by AI. It's no surprise then that companies are doubling down on digital risk management. Nearly 70% say they're increasing investment in tech and data to better manage risk. RegTech, or regulatory technology, is set to grow by over 100% in the next few years. ESG reporting tools are being adopted at record pace, especially as 99% of public companies prepare for stricter sustainability disclosure laws in both the US and Europe. Financial leaders are no longer just managing risk. They're rebuilding their infrastructure to predict and prevent it. What teams are actually automating? Automation isn't some vague concept. It's already streamlining the day-to-day. Accounts payable, accounts receivable, financial closes, tax workflows, treasury operations, FP&A tasks, and even procurement. Month-end closes faster, payment approvals are automated, forecasting is more accurate. Teams that used to rely on 20 spreadsheets can now track everything through a single interface with real-time updates and approval trails. And all of it is built to scale, whether you're a mid-market team or a global enterprise. The RPA effect. One of the most practical automation tools right now is RPA, or robotic process automation. It's not sexy, but it works. And it's quietly powering a big part of the automation shift. 80% of finance executives have already implemented or plan to implement RPA. Over 90% say it's improved their compliance processes. These bots are handling the routine stuff, data entry, invoice processing, and payment execution. That frees up your team to focus on what actually moves the needle: analysis, strategy, and planning. Why automation isn't just a finance issue. There's a broader reason companies are moving so quickly toward unified, automated platforms. The benefits are deep. Most teams see major time savings, the error rates drop, reports come in faster, but it also improves team morale. In fact, 3 out of 4 employees say automation would actually improve their work-life balance. It's not about replacing jobs, it's about removing the tedious, repetitive work that holds people back. So when 94% of professionals say they'd rather work in a unified platform that integrates systems and automates workflows, they're not just chasing convenience, they're chasing clarity. Looking ahead, the future of finance is happening now. The tools are ready, the ROI is clear, and the organizations that can implement smartly with the right technology and the right people will see the biggest wins. If your team is still buried in spreadsheets and post-it notes, now's the time to change. And if you've already started your automation journey, now's the time to go deeper. Because by 2026, automation won't be a differentiator. It'll be the baseline. Solvexia can help. Solvexia is an automation platform that empowers finance teams across the world to shift their approach to finance and find new ways to establish reliable and resilient financial processes. It brings data from all financial systems in one place, automates your workflows, and makes your reporting process cleaner, faster, and far more accurate. With Solvexia, finance teams reduce manual work by 90%, complete month-end processes 85% faster, and achieve ROI in under a year, all while building a single source of truth for their data. Check the link below to see how Solvexia looks in action. Finance is changing, the work is evolving, the risks are growing, and the companies that lead this shift aren't just buying tools, they're transforming how their teams work. The question isn't whether to automate, it's whether you'll lead your team to the new horizons. Thank you for watching, and make sure to subscribe to get more finance insights.